Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, you're definitely welcome as well. My name is Precious, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make the perfect layered French coil braids. Those French coil braids that look as if you have a wig on. Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. And if this sounds like something you want to learn, then watch this video till the end because I'm going to be taking you guys through the step-by-step process on how I achieve what you're seeing on your screen right now. Okay, so without further ado, let's just dive right into it. Okay, so to get your French coil braids to look like a wig, all you have to do is make sure the strands that you're leaving for the boho look is more than that you would leave for your regular boho braids. Let me just show you what I'm talking about for a much better understanding. Okay, so pay attention. So what I'm saying is that after making sure your parts are clean and all you have to do is start braiding the person's natural hair as if you're making regular knotless braids, or rather regular boho braids. But instead of dropping one or two strands of extension for the boho effect, you drop more, like 5 to 6 or even more. And that means you have to start dropping the strands for the boho effect almost immediately after you start braiding, just as you're seeing me doing on your screen right now. And you continue dropping as much as you want till you get the length that you want, and then you tie a knot, and that is it. That is what I did for the entire the entire hair of this head, or the entire head of hair. Okay, so because you want that wig like look, you will have to layer your braids. And what I mean by layering your braids is, for example, your first row, the first row you started with at the back, maybe it is 20 inches long. As you braid, maybe you decide to make the second row the same 20 inches long. The third row, if you want to start layering from the third row, it should be like 18 inches or 16 inches. That way the layering is very, very okay, and it will give you that full and wig-like look. That is what I mean by layering. So make sure to layer your braids appropriately. Especially if you want your French coil braids to look like you have a wig on, make sure you layer it appropriately. Our advice, for example, if your first roll of or second roll of braids is 20 inches, as you go, layer it 2 inches apart. That is 20, 18, 16, 14, 12 inches. Okay, that is what I mean. And notice how I'm deliberately making sure the strands left out for the bow effect is short. If you look where, you're going to see that the strand I'm leaving out for the bow look is very, very short. There's a reason for that, okay? And I'll tell you guys shortly. Also, try and maintain the same size of braid all through, okay? You don't want your braid looking uneven in size or thickness. And, because you're trying to achieve more boho look, you're taking more strands to drop for the boho effect. That can be a little bit tricky to achieve. So the trick is to diffuse the braid if it is getting too thick in size. What I mean is taking strands from the boho for the boho leave out from the braid itself, instead of taking new extension to add for the leave out. Hope that isn't confusing. Okay, I'm sure you'll see what I'm talking about very soon. So pay close attention to the way I'm doing the braid so that you don't miss it. Okay, okay. Another way to achieve the more boho look, especially if you're making short French coils, is start, like I said, you are supposed to start going for the boho look almost immediately you start braiding. Because you're going for much more boho look, it's supposed to give a wig like look. It's not supposed to give as if there is braid inside. As you can see, my hair is quite thick. So if you notice what I did for this braid that I'm making right now, I started braiding with her hair, and immediately the strand of extension that I took first, I started bringing out my leave out for the boho effect or for the boho look. That is what I expect you to do. And after braiding, as in after her hair length, because her hair gave me the thickness and size of braid that I wanted. So after braiding past her hair length, that was when I added a strand of French coils for thickness and size. I don't know if I'm explaining what is in my head right for you to understand. So after you braid past her hair length, you add for thickness. What I'm trying to say is all the strands of extension that I took, the strands of French coil extension that I took for the braid was not for the thickness of the braid, was for leave out. Do you understand now? Was for leave out. It was when I braided past her hair length That was when I started adding the French coils extension for thickness. Hope that makes sense. So that I don't have uneven braid, so that I don't have too thick braids. Okay? Okay. That was what I did for the entire head of hair. Where I saw that her hair was thin, it didn't give me the thickness of braid I was going for. I will add the strand of extension for thickness, as if you're making regular boho braids. But this is not regular boho braids. It's like making this afro boho braids. Yes, it's like making bra no, bra braids are not like, are not made like this, if I'm not mistaken. But just watch what I'm doing very well on your screen, and you should understand what I'm trying to explain. So let me just keep quiet, okay? If you don't understand, as usual, drop a comment in the comment section and I'll try my best to explain more further for you, okay? So if you've watched to this extent and you've not subscribed to this channel, you should kindly subscribe, like this video, and tell me what you've learned so far in the comment section, okay? Okay. Now to the point everybody has been waiting for. Remember I told you guys at the beginning where I was making the boho strands short. This is the reason. Because I have a video on French coil braids on this channel, and I had a lot of questions. How do you layer it? How do you make it look full? How to do the trimming basically. So what you can do is what I did at the beginning. Make sure the boho leave out is short. It will automatically give you the boho layered French coil look, wig-like French coil look. Okay, if your boho levers are short. Now, if your boho levers are not short, then you have to trim them to make them short. And when I mean trim them, I'm not saying carry your scissors and just start cutting them anyhow. No. Look at what I'm doing on your screen. Look at my hand placement. And remember, I'm trimming just the boho lever. The strands that I left for the boho effect is what I'm trimming. I'm not trimming the braid itself. Okay, so you take your scissors and in like a downward motion you start trimming. Okay, I advise you use a not so sharp scissors so that it give you what you're going for, because if your scissors is too sharp you might be scissors happy and just cut the hair anyhow. So I already have a way I want the hair to look and I'm just following that path. Trim the boho look to make it fuller, to make the body fuller, okay? And the layered ones does not need much trimming, because like I said at the beginning of the video, you layer 20, 18, 2 inches apart, so it should be layered accordingly. All you have to do is, since this is a packet, because I used a packet French coil extension for this, Lush. If you've been here, you know that I love Lush product for both French coil extension and their kinky. Okay, so that was what I used. As you can see, because I'm trimming just the boho look how full it looks. It looks very, very full. It looks as if the hair was layered in a way that can't be really understood. Let me say it again. If you did not make your boho strands short as you're braiding at the beginning, this is what you should do. As after braiding, trim the boho look, and make sure you cut off those edges that are those strands that look thin or somehow, so that it's very, very fine and full. So like I promised, I was going to take you guys through the entire process, and that is what I just did. So I believe that with this video you should be able to recreate something like this. It might not be this exact style, but you should be able to recreate a French coil braids that look like you have a wig on. Okay? Okay. And as usual, if you've not subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel. If you've not liked this video yet, what are you waiting for? Give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you love about this braid. Tell me what you learned, and drop your questions as well. And I will see you on the next one. And share with your loved ones as well. Bye bye.